Assalamu Alaikum. In this video, we are going to learn all the different shapes of Arabic letters, and I believe after watching this video, you will be able to recognize all the different shapes of Arabic letters easily. Let's continue. The first letter here, that is letter Alif. As you already know, it's very simple. We are going to start from here to there, just a small vertical line. That's letter Alif. Before we discuss this shape, here at the end you can see we have letter Lam. That's the individual shape of letter Lam, like that. Now we are going to learn how to make the small shape of letter Lam. Simply we are going to remove the ending part of letter Lam, like that. Now this shape, what you can see, that's the small shape of letter Lam. Just remember that. Now here in this box, basically we have two letters. The black one we can remove. Now this shape you can see, that is similar to this one, which means that's letter Lam, the small shape of letter Lam. I hope you got it. And the black one, that's letter Alif. As we have in the beginning, this one is also letter Alif, just the style is little bit changed. That's letter Alif. So we can say we have two letters, Lam and Alif. The next one here, we are going to do the same thing. First of all, we can remove this black one. Now you can see here the remaining part. This shape is similar to that one again, which means red one is letter Lam, and the black one, that's letter Alif. This time, letter Alif, it's cutting letter Lam from here, and then both lines at the bottom, they are joining each other. So that's just a style. Again, in this box, we have two letters, Lam and Alif. Next one here, the green one, that's letter Ba. We can easily recognize because it has one dot at the bottom. So that's letter Ba. And the black one, the small vertical line, this one is letter Alif. In this box, we have letter Ba and Alif. The next shape is little bit tricky. Same thing we are going to do. The black one, first of all, we can remove. Now this shape what we have, that's letter Lam. This time, the small shape of letter Lam is written just like that, with another style. I hope you got it. And here, the black one, that's letter Alif. So we can say here again we have letter Lam and Alif. Lam always come first and then Alif. Whenever you see such type of shape, means that letter Lam is first and then we have letter Alif. Lam, Alif. In the first line, we have three different shapes of Lam and Alif. Let's move to the next one. In this shape, first of all, we can remove this part, what we have in the beginning. Now you can see this shape is similar to that one, which means, again we have Lam and Alif. The red one is Lam and the black one is Alif. And what is that? That is just an extension, means that if we want to add a letter here, we can add. For example, we can just increase a little bit and we can put a dot at the bottom, so it becomes letter Ba. So then it becomes Ba, Lam, and Alif. The next shape, we have two letters. This one, what you can see, top of that, the red one, that's letter Lam, the small shape of Lam. Sometime, letter Lam is written like that. And the green one is very simple. You already know, that's letter Ha. So we have two letters, Lam and Ha. The next shape here, this one is similar to that one, which means Again, we have Lam and Alif here. Let's count how many Lam and Alif shapes we have here in the first two lines. 3 Lam and Alif shapes we have in the first line. And also we have here Lam and Alif. And this one again, Lam and Alif. Now here you can see that number 1 and 4, they are similar. And like that, number 3 and 5, they are similar. Which means that total, we have 3 different shapes of Lam and Alif. So the question is, why we have different shapes of Lam and Alif? Why we are not using only one shape? Because that's the same thing. The answer is because we are learning the writing style of the Holy Quran. So in the Holy Quran, the font or writing style, which is used on that style, we have different shapes of Lam and Alif. So that's why in this basic book, we are going to learn all the different shapes. So when inshallah we are going to start reciting, we can easily recognize all the different shapes of Lam and Alif. I hope you got it. Now let's move to the next one. In this shape, we have 3 letters. The first one is letter Ba. We can easily recognize that because it has 1 dot at the bottom, and that's the small shape of letter Ba. No matter what type of shape we have, whenever you see a shape has 1 dot at the bottom, means that's letter Ba. And the red one, just focus on the red shape. That's the small shape of Lam, as we discussed here. And the third one, that's the full shape of letter Ba. Easily we can recognize it. So we can say the first one is Ba, and then Lam, and again Ba. Ba, Lam, Ba. Before we discuss this one, let's move to the next one. Here, that's the easy one, and that's letter Kaf, the individual shape of letter Kaf, or we can say the full shape of letter Kaf. And before that, this shape, that's the small shape of letter Kaf. And if we are going to write down, that's the first step. We are going to draw this line and then move it downside. That's the second step. And then this line we have. So 3 steps we have in the small shape of letter Kaf. Now we are going to recognize all the small shape of letter Kaf in the next line. So here you can see almost we have the similar shape. That's letter Kaf. The next one, this shape what you can see, that's again letter Kaf. In the next shape, the red one what you can see, starting from here to there, that's again letter Kaf. Letter Kaf is written in little bit bigger shape. The next one, the red one what you can see here, the style is little bit change. That's again letter Kaf. Again we have letter Kaf here, and letter Kaf here is appearing in red color. Now as you can see that we have different shapes of letter Kaf, how we can recognize them easily. So we are going to check which thing is similar in all these shapes. So as you can see, the first step in letter Kaf here, this line, that's the similarity in all these shapes. Whenever you see a letter is connecting with the next one, and the starting point of the letter is like that, which means that's letter Kaf. Because you can see sometime rest of the shape is changing, the style is changing little bit, but the beginning is always same. So whenever you see a letter is starting with such type of beginning, which means that's letter Kaf. Now we can start from here. We have letter Kaf, the small shape of letter Kaf, and the next one is letter Ba. Again, this one is letter Kaf and Ba. Here we have letter Kaf and Alif. The small vertical line, that's letter Alif. Again, we have here letter Kaf and Alif. The next shape here, the blue one, that's very easy to recognize because this letter has a dot at the bottom, which means that's letter Ba, and the next one is letter Kaf, almost the same shape what we have here, and the next one is letter Tha, two dots on the top. Those letters, they have dots. We can easily recognize them by checking their dots. In this shape, we have Ba, Kaf, and Tha. The next one is Tha, again, the small shape of letter Tha, and letter Kaf, similar shape. And this one is letter Tha, three dots on the top. Now let's move to the next one. We have here some individual letters, and we already covered them in the first lesson. We have letter Ba, and then we have letter Ta, two dots on the top, letter Tha, and then we have letter Nun, and here we have letter Ya. The pattern of this lesson is that they are giving some individual shapes of Arabic letters, and then they are teaching us their small shapes. As we got it, that we have here Ba, Ta, Tha, Nun, and Ya. Now we are going to learn the small shapes of these Arabic letters. The first one here, that's letter Ba. We can easily recognize whenever you see a letter has one dot at the bottom, which means that's letter Ba. So no matter what type of shape we have, sometime you will see like that, different shapes we have. So if we are going to put a dot at the bottom, it becomes letter Ba. In these shapes, you can see we have different styles, but all of them, they have one dot at the bottom, which means that's letter Ba. That's the case for all the other letters we have here. So the letters, they have dots. Easily we can recognize them by checking their dots. No matter what type of shape we have, you can easily recognize them by checking the dots. Now let's continue from here. We have letter Ba, and this one, the small vertical line, that's letter Alif. Now this letter has a one dot on the top, so we are going to check which letter has one dot on the top. So letter Nun has one dot on the top, which means this one is letter Nun, and the black one is letter Alif. The next one has two dots on the top. We already know that letter Tha has two dots on the top, which means that's letter Tha, and here we have letter Alif. The next letter has two dots at the bottom, and letter Ya has two dots at the bottom. Here we have the full shape of letter Ya. When letter Ya is written in full shape, no need to put two dots at the bottom. But when we have the small shape of letter Ya, so we are going to put two dots at the bottom. So that's the identification of letter Ya. Whenever you see a letter has two dots at the bottom, that's letter Ya. So here we have letter Ya, and this one is letter Alif. The next one has three dots on the top. Here we can see this letter has three dots on the top, and this one is letter Tha, and the next one is letter Alif. That's very easy. Simply you can check the dots and you can recognize the letters. In the next shape, blue one has one dot at the bottom, which means this one is letter Ba, and here we have the full shape of letter Sin. When letter Sin is coming at the end, we are going to use the full shape. So we have here letter Ba and Sin. Next one, the blue one, here you can see two dots at the bottom. That's letter Ya. And here we have letter Sin. So Ya and Sin. In the next line here, this shape has one dot on the top, and that's letter Nun, we already discussed. A letter which has one dot on the top, that's letter Nun. So we have Noon and Seen. The next one here, two dots on the top, letter Tha and Seen. Here, three dots on the top, so that's letter Tha and Seen. In the next shape, three dots on the top, the blue one, again we have letter Tha, and that's the full shape of letter Jeem. Easily we can recognize. So we have Tha and Jeem. Next one, two dots again we have on the top. That's letter Tha and Ha. The red one, this letter has one dot on the top. That's letter Nun and Ha. And here that's the full shape of letter Ha. And here that's letter Jeem, Ha, and Ha. Similar shapes we have, but we can differentiate between them by checking their dots. Jeem has one dot in the middle, and letter Ha has no dot, and letter Ha has one dot on the top. We'll learn their small shapes in the next page. Now the next one, the black one has two dots at the bottom, which means that's letter Ya. And the green one, that's letter Ha, because it has no dot. So here we have letter Ya and Ha. The next one, Ba and Jeem. The black one has two dots at the bottom. That's letter Ya. And the red one, this shape, what you can see, that's the small shape of Meem. This shape, what you can see here, that's the small shape of letter Meem. Like that, this letter, what you can see in red color, that's the small shape of Meem. Again, we have here, that's letter Meem. And also here in this shape, that's letter Meem. So we got it, the small shape of Meem. All of these shapes, what you can see, that's the shapes of letter Meem. Again, we can start from here. That's letter Ya, and this one is Meem. In the next shape, the green one, this letter, what you can see, it has one dot at the bottom, which means that's letter Ba, and the red one we already discussed, that's letter Meem. We have Ba and Meem. This letter has one dot on the top, that's letter Noon, and here we have letter Meem. The green one, this letter has two dots on the top, that's letter Tha and Meem. One more thing I want to tell you in this shape, the first letter, what you can see here, we got it, that's letter Noon, but it looks like letter Zaal. Letter Zaal is written like that, and also letter Zaal has one dot on the top. So how we can differentiate between letter Noon and Zaal? It's very simple. Just you have to remember one thing, that letter Noon can connect both sides. Means that here you can see this line is connecting with letter Seen, and letter Zaal cannot connect with the next letter. Whenever we have letter Zaal, there must be the gap, and then the next letter is written. In case, if we want to write Zaal and Seen, so it must be written like that. There must be the gap in the middle. But letter Noon can connect both sides, so that's why you can see the line is directly connecting with letter Seen. In this way, we can easily differentiate between letter Noon and Zaal. When you see the line is connecting with the next letter, means that's letter Noon. And when you see the line is not connecting with the next letter and there is the gap, means that's letter Zaal. I hope you got it. Now we can move to the next line. Here, this letter has three dots on the top. That's letter Tha. This one we already discussed. That's the small shape of letter Meem. We have Tha and Meem. The next one, the red letter, what you can see here, basically it has one dot at the bottom. No matter what type of shape we have, whenever you see a letter has one dot at the bottom, that's letter Ba. So here this one is letter Ba, and starting from here to there, and that's the full shape of letter Ya. So no need to put two dots at the bottom because we have the full shape of letter Ya. We have Ba and Ya. The next one here, the red shape, this one has two dots at the bottom, and that's the small shape of Ya. And the black one, that's the full shape of letter Ya. We have here letter Ya and Ya. In the next shape, the first letter, the red one, it has one dot on the top, so that's letter Nun, and this one is letter Ya. We have Nun and Ya. Next one, two dots on the top, that's letter Tha and Ya. And here we have letter Tha, and that's the full shape of letter Ya. I hope you got it. That's the full shape of letter Ya. Before we start the last line of this page, one more thing we can discuss. What is the difference between the small shape of letter Lam and Alif? As you can see, they look similar. So how we can differentiate between them? Again, it's very easy. Just one thing you have to remember, that letter Lam, the small shape of letter Lam, can connect both sides. As you can see in this shape, that this line is connecting with the next letter. When you see the line is connecting and there is no gap, which means this vertical line is letter Lam, the small shape of Lam. And when you see that the small vertical line we have, and after that there is a gap, it's not connecting with the next one, which means that's letter Alif. I hope you got it. Now we can start the next line. Here, the first one is Nun, and this one has a one dot at the bottom. That's letter Ba, and at the end, that's the full shape of letter Lam. We have letter Nun, Ba, and Lam. Next one, two dots on the top, letter Tha. Here, one dot on the top, that's letter Nun, and here, letter Lam. Full shape of letter Lam we have here. When letter Lam comes at the end of the word, we are going to write the full shape of letter Lam. So we have Tha, Nun, Lam. The next shape, one dot at the bottom, letter Ba. Here, two dots at the bottom, letter Ya, a letter which has two dots at the bottom, that's letter Ya. And we have letter Lam. The next one, again we have letter Ya because it has two dots at the bottom. Then we have letter Tha, two dots on the top, and then letter Lam. This one, three dots on the top, that's letter Tha. Again we have Tha and letter Lam. Here, one dot on the top, that's letter Nun, and the next one dot at the bottom, letter Ba, and here we have the full shape of letter Nun. We got it. When letter Nun is coming at the end, we are going to write down in full shape. So we have here Nun, Ba, Nun.